Cedros Island. It's a beautiful, magical place. A place where every cast feels like you're gonna catch a world record, a 10-pounder, or the fish of a lifetime. I get a lot of questions on what tackle I bring to the island, so let's go ahead and take a look at what I bring to the island. Cedros Island is a world-class fishing destination. It was something I was looking at for a long time, and I finally found the outfitter I wanted to go with, and that is Cedros Kayak Fishing. Cedros Kayak Fishing offers direct flights to Cedros Island. They offer kayak fishing tours, and they also offer Ponga tours. Now, when I first saw their outfitter, I wanted to fish Cedros on the kayak. I thought that was going to be an amazing adventure, something that I wanted to check off my bucket list. That's the main reason why I started kayak fishing in the first place, is to catch yellowtail. But to do it on Cedros Island was something that I was looking forward to doing. When you're fishing from a kayak, the pace can be a little slower, but you can pick apart an area very well. You can go over the structure and the terrain, all different types of angles, and you can really find out where those fish are located. Dude. Toad ski right there. Look at that thing. Freaking awesome bass on the surface iron, and we're in 4 feet of water. Yeah, that's what I'm talking about. So Jeff and the crew offer a different style of kayak fishing. You load the kayaks up and yourselves into fishing pongas, and you go out to remote parts of the island, drop the kayaks in, and really get stealth and fish those areas.
Big one. Lighter for sure. Oh, look at this one. Real deal right there. Another nice one.
The kayaks are key because they are quiet. They don't have a lot of noise to them. There's no motor running. There's no loud clanking of metal or fiberglass. So you have a great opportunity to sneak up on these fish and take advantage of that stealth factor with the kayak. Jeff also offers Ponga fishing tours. On our last trip, I decided to fish the Ponga. I wanted to see more of the island, scout out some new places, and hopefully when I go back next year, I can drop the kayaks in those areas. The Ponga fishing offers a lot more mobility. You're able to travel around the island a lot faster, and you're able to see more terrain and see what is biting. By fishing the Ponga, we were able to get on those schooling yellowtail. That was the best yellowtail fishing I'd ever had. It was an amazing experience to see. I'm very thankful to be out there for that.
2 big fatties on the deck. Like what? And we're bit again.
Here's the gear I'm gonna bring to Cedros Island. I'm gonna bring 4 rods and reels, a tackle bag with my gear. I'm gonna break down what's in the bag. Let's go. So there you go, inside the bag. A set of outerwear, AFCO jacket, and AFCO bibs. Again, we're just going top down, so we're just gonna get into whatever we have in the bag. Some 1 ounce WARBAITS spinner baits, 1 ounce HD, some orange, some bait fish, just a variety and mixture of different baits. I mean, here's what I'm working with here for swim baits. As you can see, we got bags and bags of swim baits. So first off, bring in some weedless baits. Now this is a topwater style bait. We're gonna run this over the kelp stringers, over some skinny water, over some boiler rocks. There's one rigged up here with the Owner 80 Beast Hook. This is a variety of 5 to 7 inch baits, all different colors. Lots of browns, oranges, greens, a lot of calico colors. Again, another bag of browns, orange, greens, red flake, orange flake. They say there's a lot of red crab on the island right now, so I'm bringing some orange type swim baits. The 2 1 gallons of brown swim baits. Well, I do want to bring a little bit of bait fish stuff because you never know if they're going to be on the bait fish. So I always have some brown baits with me and then a little bit of bait fish. And here we have all the WARBAITS stuff I'm going to bring. Looks like a lot, but it's a lot of stuff I'm going to use. So a lot of 3 ounce and underspin, 1 ounce, 1.5, some swim jig stuff. And most of the colors, this is what they're gonna bite right here. Red, orange, green. This is the stuff you wanna bring. And then I do bring a little bit of natural colors for those natural colored swim baits. This is my iron box and hard bait box, 3700 Plano. So on the top row is gonna be the hard baits, the stick baits. These are the Shimano Coal Snipers and the Daiwa SP minnows. Second row are going to be surface iron baits. These are Kicker 25 lights in bait fish color. So most likely I'll be running a lot of this stuff. I like fishing mint a lot. These are my confidence colors. I also bring some kelp colored style lures, stuff you'd find in the kelp or near boiler rocks. Again, Kicker 25 lights. I also bring a variety of heavy irons. This is for the yo-yo presentation, down deep, 100 feet, 200 foot drops. So these are good for that. I also bring some Demiki fishing tackle, slow pitch jigging style lures. I really like fishing this type of technique, but this stuff has a different flutter on the way down. It's a heavy jig with a slow fall because of all the different concaves and contours the jigs have on the bottom. Rod one I'm going to talk about is my surface iron rod. We have a Tranx 500 spooled up with 65-pound braided line, and the rod is a CalStar 6480 heavy. It's a jig stick, custom wrapped. So I'm going to run the surface iron with this rod. I'm going to run the yo-yo iron with the rod. I'm going to run different size stick baits. I'm going to run slow pitch style jigs. I have this one rod to do all these different techniques. This is going to be the main rod I use majority of the time. The reel is an Abu Garcia Revo Beast 40 with 65-pound braided line, and that's tied to 50-pound fluorocarbon leader line. And on this rod and reel, I'll be using 3 baits. I'll be using the swim jig, the swim bait head, and the swim bait with the underspin. This is going to be my main go-to rod, and these are the 3 baits I'm going to use on this rod. This will be another utility rod. Again, it's the Revo Beast Abu Garcia 40, 65-pound braided line tied to 50-pound leader line with the clip. And on this rod, I'll be running hard baits, umbrella rig, and the spinner bait. And for my weedless baits, this is the rod I'll be using. Abu Garcia Beast 40, 65-pound braided line to 50-pound leader line, straight tied to the lure. This is a Phoenix 7.9 heavy. And for leader line, I'm bringing this new AFCO 100% fluorocarbon leader, mostly in 50 and 80 pound. 50 pound is going to run on all my swim bait and rip bait stuff. And then the 80 pound, that's what I'm going to tie onto my surface iron. You want that fluorocarbon so it has abrasion resistance when it comes to the heavy structure and all that kelp. In the type of clothing I like to bring to Cedros, I keep it real minimal. I keep a pair of pants, 2 trunks, 2 sun shirts, and a sun mask. Another important item I bring is finger tape. The finger tape will protect any type of open sore area on your hands due to using your reel handle, something rubbing raw. Every time I fish down there at Cedros, I get some sort of new rubbed out spot on my hand that becomes bloody, and it's super painful during the whole trip. You got to imagine you're fishing 10 hours a day. Your hands are wet most of that time. So a repetitive motion like the grinding of a reel handle, the skin to irritate and maybe blister, maybe open up. So I do get cut every time I go down, but the finger tape helps tremendously. Now for camera gear, some of you guys are wondering what I bring. How do I get all this great footage? For my main POV stuff, my handheld stuff, me talking or me pointing it at somebody, I use my iPhone X. It has 4K capability, so I'm able to get those clean shots. It has stability, so I don't have to worry about a lot of shaking on the camera frames. It's a great tool that I have on me at all times. The action camera I use that's either mounted on my chest or mounted on the boat is the GoPro Hero 5. And then for the underwater view, I use a GoPro Session. I have that on a pole, and when a fish comes up to the boat, I jam that thing in the water and get that epic shot. Now, a couple key items that I bring along on my trip: external batteries and camera mounts. Now, all this stuff I have here, I got from Scosh. Here are the main batteries that I use. So whatever type of device you have, you just got to run the USB cord from the battery to your camera or phone. I bring a variety of different style mounting solutions, so it's good to have a few extra things in your bag because you never know what the Ponga is going to be like or the kayak's going to be like, so you want a few different ways to rig up your camera systems. With all this being said, the number one advice I could give you when you're going on a fishing adventure, either to Cedros Island or to another place, is to have an open mind. When I travel, that's the thought process I have. I learned this during my surf adventures. The one key phrase that I learned was, high expectations make for bad travel companions. If I'm going to a surf break and I'm going to say, I'm going to get barreled on every wave, and I get there and it's either flat or I don't get barreled and I get skunked, and then I'd be upset. If if I go to a fishing destination, I say, I'm gonna catch the biggest fish on the island every cast. And then you get there and you don't catch those fish. Your expectation, you have set your expectations so high that the only thing that you could have is disappointment. I'd rather go in a different direction and just have my mind open to all the experiences that come to me, good or bad. I'll find the way to the solution of happiness. All right, guys, that's all I have for Cedros Island. It's a wonderful fishing destination. It's super fun. I love fishing there. The people are wonderful. The climate's amazing. And the fishing is off the charts. Hopefully something in this video helps you along the way when going to Cedros Island or traveling to a different fishing destination. If you have any questions or comments, please leave them in the comment section below and I will get to those. I want to help you guys the best I can so you can have a fishing experience of a lifetime. All right, guys, get out there, go fishing, hook that giant.